Okay guys, welcome back. It's your host Craig, and today we're taking a look at Battlefield 5. That's right, the reveal trailer happened today, and I have to say so, when I saw the trailer and the initial press conference for EA Play, I was kind of underwhelmed on the idea. No offense to anyone out there who love playing Battlefield, don't get me wrong, I love playing Battlefield as well. I'm most likely going to be playing this anyway, either in my spare time or on the channel, but it really depends. Looking at most of the new mechanics and stuff like that, it kind of seems interesting. The idea that you can actually tow away stationary artillery or AA guns and move them around the map to give you more advantage. So it does seem like a very tactical and strategic way of playing. Also, the destruction mechanics have been upgraded once again, where you can actually tell on the screen right now, which is kind of awesome in a way, where the tank just rips through the building instead of the entire building coming down. Only takes about half of it away, which is kind of realistic in a way. How many times did I say "in a way" in that sentence? Tell me down in the comment section. But anyway, looking at more as well, they did delve into the customization a bit more as well, which, you know, I'm not a big fan of being ridiculous looking when I play video games like that, where I have the option. I kind of always have a kind of a uniform sense of mind going on. I'll wear, you know, a uniform that matches what my role is. Especially in a World War II game that gives me the option, I think I'm going to go for a more traditional look anyway, but it all depends on the player at the end of the day, on what they look like, and what they wear, and what weapons they use. So it's going to be very interesting to see what kind of characters we have popping up around it. A lot of things were said during this, which was primarily more talking than actually showing. Once again, no offense, we'll probably see more at the Microsoft press conference tomorrow. But they did go into their war stories kind of thing, where they were showing off some very dramatic and very dark moments in World War II, which did catch my eye. And it's probably going to be a very interesting war story mission that we're going to be playing soon. I don't want to go into too much detail right now about it, but my overall, I have some worries about the game now. I'm going to go there. I gave some of the pros of it, like I'm impressed with some of the new mechanics they're putting in. I kind of wish we saw more of the new mechanics, like the fortifications, so on and so forth. There was a bit at the beginning where you saw a house, a red house, with a two-story house, well, one-story house, I believe, with like fortifications outside of it, sandbags and whatnot. So that might be the early stages of fortifying a little base or a firing position where you can actually take on the enemy. Now, delving into it more, we saw some of the vehicles that were in. We saw Messerschmitts, we saw Spitfires, we saw Churchill tanks, we saw, I think, either Matilda tanks or what are they called, Valentine tanks as well from the British, but you know, not a lot of the German stuff was shown. I haven't really seen any American stuff either, which kind of concerns me, because you know, the most classic tank we can think from the Allied side, apart from like some of the British tanks, was the Sherman and the Sherman Firefly, which, you know, British forces also used and the American forces all used, and also certain Soviet Union forces used some Valentine tanks actually as well. A little history lesson right there. But the idea of this right now is kind of concerning. I do have one major concern. I don't know if the community actually asked for it. This is just my opinion launching it there, but listen to this little clip right now and you can understand where my concern comes from. So I'll be back in one moment.
Something I know a lot of you have been asking for.
It's Royale.
Okay, looking at this right now, I'm kind of concerned about it. Like, I like Battle Royale games to an extent, but I'm not too sure about Battlefield 5's one. If they are taking it into a different way of playing the Battle Royale, if it's team-based, it's single, we just don't know all the information just yet. But I'm just going to mainly just giving my 2 cents and just basically, you know, what I think. I hope that it's good. That's what everyone hopes, it's good. But you know, bringing a Battle Royale, you know, bringing the Battle Royale genre to Battlefield was kind of a weird step in a really strange direction. I really wasn't expecting that when they showed it and talked about it, but you know yourself, I'm looking forward to it at the same time to see if, you know, if it's good. If this is the new mode for operations or something like that, which we found out from the teaser trailer last 2 weeks ago, and you know, the little press conference that they did before E3, that there's going to be a updated version of operations hitting us from Battlefield 1, and I'm looking forward to that very much. And with that in mind, I'm very 50-50 on the subject. If you have some agreements with me or disagreements down below, leave them down there. But before we leave right now, we're going to go and watch the trailer, and then I'm just going to give you a little bit of insight on it and what I think as well near the end. So I hope you guys who are still watching this far are enjoying the video so far, and yeah, let's move on to the trailer, shall we? Okay guys, now looking at this is very interesting indeed. I do have some of my concerns in the trailer, but they're not as high as how, I do have to admit this trailer did look good. I was happy with it. It's very well done, it's very well polished, but I was kind of hoping for more raw footage of how it actually looks. No offense to the guys at EA doing that, but genuinely I just want to see how it looks near the end of the day. But looking at it there, it did have a lot of interesting different equipment. I'm getting the feeling that this is the new operations mode. This is not the standard conquest or rush. This very much looks like the new operations mode that we had a chance to play during Battlefield 1, where we did get very immersive kind of battle charges to the enemy, taking up points and taking over places as well, and pushing the enemy back, where you then retreat and then have different equipment and different landscape as well, which they talked about that 2 weeks ago, and I'm really looking forward to the idea of playing that. So with that in mind, we didn't really see anything about the co-op multiplayer. It was mainly about just the multiplayer now, players versus players. So hopefully in the near future, like even tomorrow, we might see some of that at the press conference, and more of the multiplayer, of course, as well. I do want to get more in, I want to get more in depth with the customization as well. Don't get me wrong, I like customizing, my character and whatnot, but I wasn't really expecting that in a Battlefield game. So it's going to be interesting to take a look at that in the future. I'm still 50-50 on that. But yeah, that's my overall concerns pointed out, and some of the pros and cons during this, and just the idea, like the first press conference is EA, usually they have something bigger planned. They only showed a few moments of Battlefield 5, and usually you'd have like a big song and dance about it, a big show about it. But hopefully in Microsoft's one you'll have more of a better look than you did today. That's my hopes anyway. So yeah, on that note, that's pretty much the video, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed it, and well, if you want to talk about it on our Discord, check the description down below and have a conversation with us about what you thought of the new Battlefield 5 trailer at the E3, at the EA Play. And of course, you can check down in the comment section as well. And yeah, of course, that's pretty much it, folks. I hope you enjoyed the video. And yeah, remember to like, share, and subscribe. And also remember to keep the notification bell on so you can get your updates for E3 from real-time commanders. So anyway, folks, that's it. I'm done. I will see you next time on RTC. See you guys. Have a good one.